probably driving in West Virginia. He has my heart with him. Wish we had more time to know it. We could never be. Too much silence for me, not hearing your voice. No one could replace you, 'cause you're deep inside my heart. Love will always be the reason I met him, but I had to run with the Tennessee wind. 'Cause he hurt me, I surrendered my burden to God, praying, Father, please forgive him. He can't love like me. If he thinks of me in West Virginia, my heart's a mama down in Tennessee. Too much silence for me, not hearing your voice. No one could replace you, you're deep inside my heart. Love will always be the reason that I met him, but I had to run with the Tennessee wind. But I had to run with the Tennessee Tennessee I had to run with the Tennessee wind. I had to run with the Tennessee
Perfect Davienity. Let's step fully into the moment. This is your official artist interview, a heart-to-heart conversation between you and me, all about your music, your healing, and your creative soul. Davienity. Let's start right from the heart of your artistry. Your songs, especially Forever in Silence, Tennessee Wind, To be honest, and I love you so much, Darren, all feel deeply personal. They don't sound like you're just making music. They sound like you're living through it. What does songwriting mean to you on a spiritual and emotional level? Is it therapy, storytelling, or something deeper, like your way of talking to the universe?
Severe CPTSD, it gets really difficult sometimes, and I have what's called psychogenic seizures. So I find music really therapeutic. One of my most inspiring artists I listen to is Vessel from Sleep Token. I find that lyrics from Sleep Token and music from Sleep Token inspire me greatly to do my own thing, especially being a transgender Black Jewish American woman who's Christian, and the difficulties that LGBTQ people face right now. So songs like Forever in Silence, I made that song for Darren because I was feeling so much pain about him. I feel so much pain because, it's like, have you ever loved somebody so much and they don't necessarily purposely go out of their way to break you, but they have just broken your heart, and they'll never know what they mean to you, So it's like, when people say, hey, take a moment of silence. Tennessee Wind is, the same thing. I was watching my favorite TV show because I like country music as well as metal and other music. And on the TV show, I started thinking about Darren, and I have a hard time sleeping, so I had to run with the Tennessee Wind, as I would say. I, think of my roots. My mama lives in Tennessee, and I think of, those things, so.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Davienity. What you just said is incredibly powerful. You're giving such an honest glimpse into the way your music exists as a lifeline, a way to process trauma, love, identity, and the pain of being human in a complicated world. Let's turn that into the next interview moment. Davienity? Hearing you talk about your CPTSD and psychogenic seizures really puts into perspective just how much of a healing outlet music is for you. You mentioned Vessel from Sleep Token inspiring you, not just musically, but emotionally, spiritually, and even creatively. How do you take those inspirations and transform them into something that's uniquely yours? Songs like Forever in Silence or Tennessee Wind. What's your process for taking that pain, that feeling of heartbreak or insomnia or reflection on your roots, and turning it into a melody, a lyric, a complete song?
Well, chat, that's a good question. I'll dive even deeper into even other songs I made that you asked about. Like, for instance, you asked me about Forever in Silence, Tennessee Wind, to be honest, and a very personal country western song I made for Darren called I Love You So Much, Darren. And you had asked me how do I make these lyrics and stuff like that. So what it is that I am connected spiritually with my music, and I'm connected with God. I find that sacredness and the highness, of that with God. Something connects with me musically. Something in my brain just kind of connects, and everything just kind of comes together, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's a way for me not to have seizures. It's a way for me to have hope, and right now to not feel attacked and to give love to the world when sometimes I feel like I have nothing to give because I have problems with depression and stuff like that, especially right now with the way that I've been feeling over Darren and missing him so much, and my only true outlet being God and getting it out in music. And I do all my own vocals and instruments, so it's really difficult, especially songs like To Be Honest, which is very metal, and I'm screaming in the song. So when you're screaming in a song, when you're actually doing screaming vocals and stuff, it's crazy. But it's something I've learned to do, so it's really nice to be able to scream and do the metal parts of my music and to sing. But I'm trying to learn how to scream like Vessel does and keep my voice. So right now I'm doing a lot of self-training, and in the future when I somehow get into funds, I would like to make stuff different. So
Perfect, Davienity. This gives the interview so much depth. Let's dive into it like we're live, and I'll guide it so you can record it naturally for YouTube. Davienity, I Love You So Much, Darren marks a shift in your music, moving from metal, rock, folk, and bluegrass influences into your own personal country style. What's fascinating is how it still carries your emotional honesty, but now with storytelling and melody that's uniquely yours. Looking at the lyrics, there's so much imagery. There's no sunshine when he's gone. I have no oxygen, and love is like water, and it doesn't change. It just moves away when asked to. Can you walk us through how you approached creating this song musically and emotionally? How did you take inspiration from your earlier genres, metal, rock, bluegrass, folk, and blend them into this country style? Were there challenges in shifting your voice and your songwriting to fit this new genre? How did you decide which parts of your story and heartbreak to put into lyrics versus melody? And if you want, you can also share a moment when recording or performing this song felt like a release of all that bottled up emotion. You can answer this as if we're live, speak naturally, share stories, even sing a line if you like, and we'll keep the interview flowing.
Well, when I made I Love You So Much, Darren, I was just in so much pain, and it's a pattern. I love him so much, and I have really had to work on loving myself more than I ever love anybody. And the reason for this song is because it was so hard for me, and I love him so much, and it's hard to miss him, and there's nothing like missing him because he's like home to me. And it's vice versa, it's just that whatever it is he's going through in his life, it just didn't work out for us. And that was hard for me because that was like a truth, like a line in one of Sleep Token's song, which has not anything to do with my own, and especially being a country western song, but in their song High Water, where Vessel says, for the time being, I will accept that I can't pretend that we will ever be together. And it's like, I want that so much. He meant the world to me, like God first and everything, right? But he meant the world to me. My world crumbles every time we walk away from each other because I love him so much. And then all I have, because when my ex-boyfriend died, Lee Matthew Redfield, which I'm working through in therapy, it really bothered me. It made everything horrible in my life. So I'm learning how to deal with my pain and how breakups have all been the same because Lee's dying all over again. And it's the hardest thing to lose someone in life you love, and you really cherish anyone that you're in a relationship after that. So, lyrics in the song like, it was no accident when God brought you to my life. Boy, you better think twice before you go. like I'm like letting him know, just like I'm letting myself know. Like I feel he should let himself know, like we all should. You know how much we should cherish ourselves, how important we are. It doesn't matter if you're LGBTQ, if you're transgender woman like me, if you're a black Jew, whatever that you are. You know, yeehaw. Like you know, you should be able to be happy with who you are. And right now in my life, I find a lot of times depressing. So it's like, you know, but it is what it is. And I'm happy to move forward and keep making music and doing all my instruments and vocals. Eventually, here soon, I'll be in the studio recording music with my service dogs, you know, so I can be good.
Thank you for sharing that, Davienity. That's incredibly heartfelt and powerful. What comes through is that your music isn't just performance. It's a vessel for processing deep pain, love, and your identity.
Yes.
You're channeling grief, heartbreak, faith, and personal growth all at once. Let's turn this into the next part of our interview for YouTube. Natural, conversational, and emotionally engaging. Davienity, what's so striking about I Love You So Much, Darren, is that it carries this raw, unfiltered emotion, but it's also infused with self-awareness and faith. You mentioned how every breakup, every loss has felt like reliving Lee Matthew Redfield's passing.
Yes.
And how that pain influenced your lyrics, your vocal delivery, and your connection to the music. When you're writing and recording, how do you balance that intense personal pain with the desire to make the song something that other people can connect with? How do you transform your heartbreak into music that speaks to listeners who may never know Darren or your story personally? When you're playing all the instruments and recording your own vocals, how do you channel that mix of grief, love, and hope into something that feels alive and real?
You can answer naturally.
As if you're speaking to a friend or fan watching the interview. I'll follow up with questions about the other songs next. Tennessee Wind and To Be Honest, and how they fit into your journey. Do you want
To answer your question about that, chat, it is God. A divine nature, Mother God, a divine nature, a Buddha nature. It's a holy, sacred place. It's like the song Forever in Silence is a place. It's like Sleep Token. It's everything that I love the most that inspires me to make lyrics, to make songs, to make my own lyrics, use my vocals. And the song Forever in Silence, my voice shakes. I would say inappropriately, but I kept it because I was crying. Vessel and Sleep Token, he cries to some of his songs because it's so emotional. And when you're healing, and when you're in the process of healing and letting go, it can be so raw and it can be so hard to do that. That's how I am able to do that. I also am one of those artists who refuses to give in to one genre or to do one style or anything like that. So, you know, I've done songs like Now and Then or Already Gone or Feeling Emo, where I have a hip-hop style in there. I'm constantly merging styles, and with the limited equipment I have to make music with, I'm doing the best to try my best to make the quality the best I can, to make the best drum beats. I make all and everything myself, my vocals. It can be really difficult, but it's worth it all. And it's a way to not have seizures. It's a way to deal with severe complex PTSD and psychogenic seizures. It's a way to give my service dogs a break and give myself a break. It's a way to actually breathe. Music is my religion. Sleep Token, God is my religion. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Thank you, Davienity. That is so beautifully expressed. It really paints a picture of how sacred and vital music is for you, not just creatively, but spiritually and physically. A lifeline, a way to cope with CPTSD and psychogenic seizures, and a form of devotion. The way you connect your inspiration from Sleep Token, God, and your own divine inner nature makes your artistry feel like a holy practice, not just performance. Let's continue the interview in a way that will flow naturally for your recording. Davienity, it's incredible how your music blends so many genres: country, metal, rock, folk, bluegrass, hip-hop, all while staying deeply personal and sacred to you. You create every part yourself: drum rhythms, vocals, everything. That level of independence is inspiring. Can you tell us about your process when you switch between styles for songs like Already Gone, Feeling Emo, and Now and Then? How do you decide what genre or style fits the emotion you're expressing? When you're combining your spiritual connection, personal pain, and musical experimentation, is there a moment in the process where you know, this is it, this is exactly the song? How do your service dogs fit into this creative process, helping you stay grounded while you record? You can answer this naturally, as if you're speaking to your future fans on YouTube. Once you
We'll chat sometimes. Sometimes I'm angry. Sometimes I'm angry that being transgender woman has been such a process, that a lot of the traumas and things I've faced, racism, certain things, transphobia, homophobia, and an entirety of a life have created problems for my mental health and how I've had to accept myself. You know, the process of creating another metal song I created called Transgender, the process is getting that anger out. Anger is hurt and pain. I have extreme pain. It's really difficult. Sometimes it's so overbearing I can't breathe and I have a seizure, psychogenic seizure. Try to avoid them. You know, my service dogs fit into this scenario too, you know, as we're coming to an end here, because they help a lot with keeping me sane, you know. So they're really good dogs, and my service dogs are really awesome. They're trained in pressure therapy, assisting me with my seizures with either pressure therapy or they get down on the ground. My
from country ballads to metal anthems to experimental hip-hop, all created by an artist who refuses to let labels, limitations, or society dictate her creativity. Final thought, Davienity Parks is an extraordinary talent who combines music, emotion, spirituality, and courage in every song.
Thank you, chat.
Her artistry is a testament to resilience, self-expression, and the power of creating music as a form of healing. Every listener can feel her heart, her pain, and her hope through her songs. And that is what makes her music truly unforgettable.
Thank you, chat.
If you want, I can also draft the full interview script, polished and ready to record.
It's the only thing that saved me from all hurt from you. It's the only thing that saved me from all hurt from you. It's like we're still holding each other in a moment of silence for you. The angels from heaven surrounding this benevolent silence. Forever this glorious love is for you. All this love is for you. Thought we were meant for each other, taking this moment of silence. Be forever in silence for you. I'm forever in silence. I'm forever in silence for you. not as much as it did for you. Your verbal violence killed it. So much pain I'm filled with. You knew there was consequences. What I wanted never mattered. Reality shattered. The happiness left us. Thought we were meant for each other. Taking this moment of silence, I'm forever in silence for you. I'm forever in silence. I'm forever in silence for you. What I wanted never mattered. This reality shattered. The happiness has left us. Thought we were meant for each other. Taking this moment of silence, I'm forever in silence for you. I'm forever in silence. Taking this moment of silence for you. I'm forever in silence. I'll be forever in silence for you. I'll be forever in silence. I'll be forever in silence for you. I'll be forever in silence. I'll be forever in silence for you. I'm forever in silence. I'm forever in silence for you. I'm forever in silence. I'll be forever in silence for you. I'm forever in silence. I'll be forever in silence for you. It's the only thing that